right, Sky Masters, we do have a newer version of the save editor that came out yesterday. Today is the 10th. I've been kind of putting this off, so 14 hours ago this thing came out. And I put it off because, well, the old save editor was getting me into my JSON file, and I was checking some things out, and that was fine for me. But here I am. I think it's time for me to come check this out. So we're going to check it out together. This is unscripted, so this might be long-winded. I'm going to help talk through the new people that are coming over for save editor stuff too. So I'm sorry. I don't have enough time to script these things out and make them very efficient with the length and size. So you're just sitting in here in my room with me, and we're going to plug on through this thing. So you're going to go over to github.com/goatfungus/NMS save editor. I'll put the link in the description down below. And when you get here, you're going to see a lot of this cool stuff. It's going to say all these little things and how long ago it was and all this stuff. You can read this and things like that if you want to. But this is where some people get a little confused of what they're supposed to click. It says go to file. I hit the green button here. It says code. And I hit to download zip. All right. Now it's going to download that and do its little cool thing. And you should have some kind of a zip opener on your computer. If you don't, 7-zip or any of those things are something that you probably should have anyway. So I'm not going to go into that or that deep, but you should have that. And what we're going to do is open that zip folder. You see it, I have it in my downloads. It should be in your downloads. And I'm going to close this out, and we're going to bring this zip folder over here. I think there's like a warning or like a window that pops open up before this. Just exit out, and you're going to get to this this main thing. Now double click this. Or, all right, so if you've never opened the save editor or done anything before, you just drag this folder over to your desktop, okay? Now, I have a folder already over here, so I'm going to open this up because what I'm doing is replacing all these things that are already in my folder. So if you're updating, all you want to do is take this, take everything but the screenshots, or take the green screenshots too. I don't know. I mean, screenshots are just screenshots. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to drag this over here. And it's going to say, do you want to replace the files? You hit yes. Now, I've already just done that, so we're just kind of walking things through. All right, now that I'm in here, it's all replaced the files that it's needed to replace. My backup folder is still here. Some people replace this file and then they get rid of their backups, and there's like, oops, you just erased the main thing that the save editor does. Do not do that. Update like I just showed you, okay? That way you have all your backups here and everything is here. Now when I open this, everything should be the same. I shouldn't have to tell this thing to go look for a path, but if you are new here, you're going to need to do this. So the first thing you're going to do, it should prompt you, I think, as well. But if it doesn't prompt you, you can come up to File and then Open Path, okay? And you're going to be in Users, App Data. Oh, let's go back up here to get you guys in here. App Data, Roaming, Hello Games, No Man's Sky. And then hit this No Man's Sky emblem that you have here, this icon for Steam. Okay, and then you can see that I've got these saves here with the correct dates on them and not your backup saves, because the game did a backup save kind of thing and people are getting confused with that too. You don't want to be editing the wrong files. So to confirm this, we can go in here and we can see that I've got today's dates on here. All right, we are all set up and ready to use the save editor now. All right, I had to record this again because I missed it in the beginning. So I want you guys to know when you're picking out, when you first open this up and you're picking out your save and you get your file path already figured out, you're going to have all your slots that are in your game saves right here, and you're going to want to pick one to manipulate, okay? So these are always going to be in the same order. In the game, they change, so keep an eye out on your times and things like that. The more you have and the more closer the times are, the more confusing this can be. So pay attention to that. Now, let's say I choose this normal one. When I go in there, let's go ahead and save the data because I was messing around. Now that I'm in this normal save here, like if you've been using the save editor for a long time, each time you manipulate things in the save editor makes a backup copy, okay? This is one of the most powerful tools of the save editor. Down here, you have all these copies down here. You see how many times I manipulated this file, and these are just the recent ones. I have backups of backups. So, yeah, I can come in here and I can see a particular file from, let's say, where today's date is September 10th. If I come in here, I have a file down here from November 14th. Now I don't want that. I'm not going to change anything. So I'm going to go and hit a different save and open it up and not worry about that. So that is an important thing to know, and the backups are down below here, okay? And then you can hit save as. You can also, let's see, I thought you could clone one, right? So like if you wanted to clone one here. Okay, yeah, so if I wanted to clone this one as the normal here, I'm going to click on it. Wait for it to load up. Am I locked up here? I've been messing with the save editor a little bit. Let's jump back out and come back in. It does that sometimes. I don't know quite why. It gets kind of wonky, especially if you've been plopping things around. You might have to jump out and jump back in, like I did. So if you wanted this, you can hit this normal, and I think is it still going wonky here? All right. Okay, so you can pick one like this. So you want your backup, you choose your recent backup or whatever backup that you wanted out of that file, and you hit save as. All right, and then it's asked you to you see we have an empty slot here, and this is how you would clone it. You would clone this one to a new empty slot. Now, if you do that, be careful because the times are going to be exactly the same. When you jump in and out of your game and into the save editor, especially in the game, it's going to kind of be weird of knowing which file is which because they're going to be exactly the same looking. I wish you could rename files. That'd be an update there too. All the, now the power has been unlocked and it is in your hands. So let's go in here and pick a save that we can manipulate here and go take a look at it. So I want to pick this save right here, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the UI and everything here, and maybe what you should stay away from and take your time on, and we'll go through things and add some stuff in here, and we're going to look through kind of extensively through what is in the save editor and what is new. So this is where this is probably going to get lengthy when I go into my my Exosuit, which I'll probably hold off on that for a moment. We do have a new account over here. So this is a new tab on here that I haven't seen before. That's why I wanted to jump over here first. We're going to work our way backwards on this, guys. And I just opened up this account tab. I guess I'm trying to think of how I want to do this and what it would make sense. Yeah, we're just going to go through it like this. Okay, so there's these items up here. We talked about the file and the file path. We're going to go back up here and talk about that in a minute, but what is new here is this account, so I want to kind of go this together. Some decals. Okay, to use Twitch drops, you must go offline before you can claim them at the Synthesis vendor. Okay, so you're offline, you go into the vendor and you go in and get it. Or if you guys are watching and you're, if you're this far and using Save Editor, why don't you just go get a mod? There's a mod right now by WinterTP. It gets you everything. So, so it looks like we go in here and we unlock everything, and then you can go in there and claim it from the Quicksilver shop. So that's cool. I'm not going to do it because I have them all already. It's a lot easier with the mod. I guess I can go ahead and click it. It should be probably clicked off anyway, I think. So, and there should be like a check all button. Yeah, this is not something I'm not interested in. You guys can go ahead and do that. I'm not interested in it. So we're going to come back over here. Save account data, sure. And when I go back on, I don't think I'm going to be in offline mode anyway, so I don't know what it's going to say. I don't really care. Okay, so here's some milestone things. You can manipulate some of these things if you want. I don't know why you would want to. I guess are you gonna fool yourself? You know, but you can. You can get your rewards, your fake rewards, if you want to. Not again, I'm not judging you, but it seems kind of it's a little silly, but it's here for you if you want to, and if you want to, that's fine. I mean, do what you want. It is your game, man. I think some of them you can't really like times and stuff like that. You can't really change up, but your standings and things like that. That's kind of cool. The traders and everything. I guess this is something I haven't really looked at too much. A lot of this stuff doesn't really interest me. So, in here we're going to get all of my my items here. I'm gonna show you how to do it. I think with like learning some of these glyphs and learning some of the words or all this technology. I think someone's told me like if you learn all the glyphs, you won't get prompted through the through some of the story missions. So you might want to hold off on how you do this, or make a save or a backup, okay? Or do this and practice this on a blank save or a creative save or something first before you come diving in on your save that you've liked and put a lot of work in for a long time, okay? Just to see what happens, okay? But I'll tell you right now, if you want, I like to just come in here and rip everything that I want. I'm going to click everything, and I want every single known product and technology, so I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. You can come in here and nitpick them each one at a time, but I'm not going to do that. That's another video. You guys can look at that. I am going to go deep into the exosuit area, so that's where the big portion of this video is going to come. But let's add all these known products real quick. So hit add product, and then just click on somewhere on here and hit Control A, and then hit add. We can come over here and do the same thing to this, to add technology, Control A, and then add everything. And I've added everything too, but like I said, there is a little bit of warning if you're on missions and things like that. You might not want to be careful with this. I couldn't tell you. I'm worse than a noob. It's been a long, long time since I've gone all the way through the game from the very start. Now I've started it over just to kind of see it and see what they've done to the lore. And that's another video. All right, so companions here. I see some new options under pets. This is super cool because this is something that I've been manipulating the JSON file, and there could be some more items here. What about sizing and stuff? So, I mean, you know, like that scale seed on the player and everything is so popular. I don't know why Goat Fungus didn't add these things in there, but he's gotten some certain things down already. Let's talk about what he does have. So we can go into our pet slots now. That's kind of cool that he's added that. Change their names. We have the seeds and secondary seeds, species seeds, genius seeds. Now this is going to be something that's just where we can share them together. You can come in here and start manipulating these pets in the files and getting a little bit more intricate. I do love this fact that he changed where you can change where their home planet is. So like, you know, if you have a creature in your arsenal and you want to lay an egg or something like that, and they are from a dead planet, you have to go to that dead planet. Now, I like to reside on nicer planets at the moment, so everything I want right now is a lush. So I have some horrors and things like that as lush. And then we have some types here too, so let's go into that. And this is where I'm thinking this is really, really, really cool. So I don't know. Let's pet proto digger. Are these attributes or something? I'm gonna put sandworm in there, and we'll see what happens, I guess, when I go back into the game. Pretty cool. Export and import, very cool. So if you want to save certain pets, this is a very cool feature. And then I can show you where to resize them and change egg timers and stuff like that. All this should be in here because it's very easily manipulated in the JSON file. We will talk about that here in a minute. We'll go in there and mess with that. But I think that those things would have been easy to implement in here. So Goat Fungus, if you're watching, I'm not telling you how to do your job or anything. And I'm not sure even if it's possible. There might be some kind of a weird coding issues that I don't understand. I'm not claiming to know it, but that would be a really cool addition for the save editor right here if you're throwing this in there. But good job on it, man. Hands down, not complaining at all. Just making a suggestion. if it's possible. Vehicles, I'm not going to go too much in here. You can come in here and add things. So if you go in here and do a right click, we can add items, and you can come through here and dig through this. I am not going to dig through this in this video. You can go ahead and dig through that on your own and check that out. Like I said, I'm going to spend some time on the personal items here. Frigates, kind of cool. You can come in here and change things, and I do believe he's got the Normandy in there too as well. So if you want to come in here and make a gang of drunken Normandy frigate crews, then go ahead and do it, man. Sky's the limits in here. You can come in here and do all kinds of stuff. Again, something that doesn't really interest me that much. I do think it's cool to have a gang of Normandys in the background of a picture. So very cool for you there. All right, so freighters here. You know, here again, you've got some home seeds, model seed. Home seed. I don't know if that's different here. It does look a little bit different. I did my freighter change. I got this. It was all black and it looked cool, and now it's this big banana thing. Yeah, a little upset about that, but I will change it. So right now I could probably just hit generate, and I probably wouldn't care what I got. All right, let's go over to ships. So yeah, you can come in here and do the same thing. I'll right click and add items. You can check everything out in here. I'm not going to go through it. So you can manipulate things here as well. Let's go back to all these. So frigates. Okay, so freighters is the first one. So you have you got general and technology in here. So there's two different categories when you're in here. So to switch back through them to is this general tab right there to get you through it, and that's kind of a standard tab right here for the next couple tabs. They're gonna have this kind of layout where you have a different section for the section, and this is where you control it up here on this tab. So backup and restore for your capital, that's kind of cool. I guess you can, I'm not even gonna hit that, but well, let's go ahead and back it up. I imagine it's gonna bring up a file, and we would name it or something like that, and you can back up this and then change it out. That's cool. He's added these features to most of this now, and I think that's very cool, because all it is copy and paste. I've been doing it in other folders, and now he has made it easy by implementing it into the save editor. So in ships, this is kind of cool, and I'll show you a few things. You can see here I've got the these are the new Twitch drop ships. I guess you can kind of add them in like we were just talking about over there in the count, or you can go get Winder TP's mod called Consumerism and just go grab everything really quickly from the shop. And I think that is just the easiest way to probably do it. But this does add it to your count. But he says you have to jump on offline. But that's us looking backwards and not going forwards. So here we go. I'm in my ship slot, and we can see that I have my first my ship here. It's the Prime Inquirer, which is one of the Twitch drop ships. And you can see that all my slots aren't open here. I believe that we can come over here and enable all slots. There's a couple different ways to do this. Now you can do it individually in each one of these, or now I'm kind of jumping a little bit here, but stay with me. Or you can come up here to File and or Edit right here. It's a powerful tool right here. Is this Edit? Hold off on these here, okay? Just hold off on the top ones. But here on the bottoms, these are really cool to hit all the time. So recharge all your technology, boom. Refill all stacks, refills everything and tops them off. Recharge your base planners if you have a lot of planners and things like that, boom, they're all charged up. Expand all inventories. This is powerful. You don't have to do it one by one or in each little tab. Expand them all at once, bam. All right, so now we've expanded everything to its maximum. Let's go back into Edit. Now let's enable all slots. You need to do it in this order, or it's just it would look weird, okay? You know, you want to enable all slots and then expand all inventories would be working against yourself. So I'm kind of stating the obvious, but sometimes it needs to be done because, you know, we're not all save editor masters. So let's enable all these slots. Boom. Now they're all enabled. Now let's go back up into the Edit tab, and let's go down here, repair all slots and technology. If you have anything down, if your shields were down or whatever else, you're going to come into the game all tippy topped off with a full tank. All right, in that Edit tab, those last pieces in this Edit tab up here below this line are just golden. They should be highlighted in red or something, because those are golden tools right there. save you some time while you're in tabs. I know we just jumped from ship tab here. We were talking about ships, but that is relevant to the whole thing. I kind of wanted to work that way, but we started with accounts first and worked our way backwards. So in here, you can see all of your ship slots. I'm having trouble. All of your ship slots here, and you can see mine. Each one of these, you're going to go in and have the same, you know, whatever you've named them. So this is how you find them. This is the ones that you want to manipulate. You click on it. You have the name here that you can change. You can change the type of ship that you have to whatever you want. And then you can change the class. Bam. You can change the generation of the seed. This is going to, you know, cycle out seeds and you'll get different ones. And use the old colors. You can go back to some classic colors, and then you can come down here and start manipulating these attributes down here. Now this is one of those special drop ships, and some of these are grayed out. So some of those, you know, most of that over there will not be grayed out for you, and you'll be able to mess with it. But for me, I guess these special ships are set up their own way. That's fine with me, man. I mean, it's not really a big deal for this ship here anyway. But you see that I just typed in, and then when I clicked over to one or the other, it went to the maximum number. I just went in here and typed in 99999, and it's gonna max it out to whatever. You can see like I went to another ship here, it's at 48. I'll just type, come to another one. It's gonna go ahead and fix itself to whatever the highest number is. Because if you don't know what the highest is, what do you know to put in? They're usually 1,000, but I just do that every time. Now, if you like a ship, let's say we like this this Prime Inquirer, minds want to know. We can export this out to the file and call it that and just save it. Now we can pull up this this Futurama ship. I don't want this. Let's go ahead and delete it. Boom, let's go ahead and delete that Futurama ship, and then now we have an open slot. So let's go ahead and import another Prime ship. So now I'll have two of these Prime ships in there, and that's kind of cool, especially if you go ahead and get the Twitch drop ships from the account page like you can do, or you do it with the mods. And then you go ahead and save all those cool ships, and then you can just go back and have them again, or give them to your friends, or whatever it may be. So the Robin Hoods of No Man's Sky can come out and play. I think that covers everything right in this. I do believe. And the ships tab, and the rest of the tabs will go better. Oh, hold on, at the top too as well. We talked in the other tab that you can come up here and change different categories. So this would be in the technology slot. This will be in the general slot. Okay. I just wanted to touch on that before I left here again. I didn't say it in the beginning because we talked about it in the other tab. So now we're in multi-tool. Now again here, if you have multiple multi-tools, you can come in here and check that out. Something that I'm getting into because I've seen a lot of them in the Twitch drop rewards. So I don't have any in there to change around, but this is the same kind of like the other tabs. It's all about the same here. Again, you have your class. We can change the class. We have seeds. If you go online, there's some people that share seeds and things like that, so you don't have to go hunting. We can change our damages again. I will do that same little old 999ers over here on everything. And if we like that, we can do the same thing with the export and import. And I think that each time you do this, that it makes its own little file for it. Cool. I like that. I'm not doing it right now for that one, but I just wanted to show you. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next tab here, Exosuit. All right, so last but not least, the Exosuit here. This is your main thing here. This is where we're going to spend a little bit more time here. Okay, so again, in this tab, you do have the extension tabs here that go into your technology part of your suit, and then the cargo part of your suit. So that is where you change that at, just like the other tabs, but I will highlight that first. Now over here, you can change some very key elements, your health, your shields. So again, I can just come in here and just, there's probably a limit. I don't know what it is. It's 200, obviously. And we can just do that. These are probably all maxed out. You know, we just click down here. 4.2 is capped out. All this is pretty capped out as well. I mean, just type it all in, and you'll have all the money and units and things that you need to live like a godlike traveler that you are. All right, and in here to add items here too as well. It's just like any other spot for your multi-tool and ships and everything else like that. Is to add a product there is a right click, okay? Now you have some of these enable slots and repair all slots, but we've seen that up there in the edit tab. We can hit them all at once. And I don't know, I mean, I guess if you wanted to just enable one, and if you're a die-hard person, you're like, I don't really want to cheat. I just want to enable this one thing because, I don't know, that's the only advantage that I want in the game. That's cool. I respect you, and this is how you do it right there. So if you don't want to hit them all up, you can do them individually. Okay, so, but the main thing that everybody's here for is adding items. We're going to kind of run through this all the way together, so this is going to be a good portion of the video. So let's go. And here you can search for items that you want. So if you know the exact name, go ahead and type it in. Do not hit enter because it'll back you out. But you hit the search tab with your mouse, and then it will bring these items up down here and search it for you. So that is your first tab right there. Second tab here is the type. We have different types here. We have substance and product. Pay attention to this too, because if you want to, organize your storage units and things like that, this is kind of how they have it organized, and I've kind of adopted it. It's kind of a cool way. Throw in some color coding with this, and it would work well for you. So, first one here is substance, and then once we hit substance, we have the 2 more file trees to go down to. So this is where it's going to take a little bit. Substance, and then you have fuel, metal, catalyst, stellar, floral, earth, exotic, and special. So we're not going to go through these very extensively, but we'll check them out so you have an idea of what is where and where it's at. So fuel is going to have your fuel type items. Okay, metal. It's going to have your ferrite dust, magnetized ferrite, pure ferrite, silicate powder. I'm having trouble with my words today. All right. So, and catalyst, sodium nitrate, there we go. Stellar stuff here, cadmium, copper, emerald, indium. Those are some key elements that some new players can have. I'm always hearing people looking for emerald. So, there you go. Floral, you guys are going to kind of get in this. These are all the things that you mine. These are mining, these are substances, so that you mine mostly, And we're just going to fly through the rest of them. Earth. You guys can see the earth items down there. Exotic, gold, platinum, silver, tritium, and special. Chromatic explorers, fragmented quality. You see, these are happiness. I don't know what these are. Let's throw one in there. So it's happiness. I don't know what that is. Let's throw these things in there. See, this is why I wanted to kind of go through these a little bit, because I know there's going to be things in here that I haven't seen. So as I'm going through this with you guys, I'm going, ooh, what is that? Explorers. Let's, all right. I don't know if these are like emblems or, let's take a Gek. I love the Gek. Liquid sun, nanites. You can't do anything with these. All right, so let's move on out of substance into product. And the first item up on the product file tree is component. And let's just kind of breeze through this. Read with me as we're coming through. I'm not going to read everything. Walker brains, antimatter. Let's go into the next one. It's consumable. All right, so this is going to be a big long one. This is all the items that you can fabricate in the nutrient processors, and some other things are going to be mixed in here too as well. I have seen them mixed in here, but they probably have changed because some of the Twitch drop items used to be in here. So I'm going to just slowly run through this here with you guys. So far it's just looking like it's just the Defiance chit though. Okay, so there is some other little odd things are mixed into this consumable file here. And that's why I wanted to kind of slow down for you guys. You might come in here and go, "Oh, it's all just the nutrient processor stuff." But you can see here that we have some exo-craft boost modules in here as well. So if you're looking for some things and you can't find them, they can be stuck in some weird places in here. And that's why I wanted to look. So all right, and I'm not going to go through it too much because I'm not expecting to find anything. I don't know. There's probably some gems in here, and if I went slower through it, but we don't have 2 hours for a whole video here. Again, you guys can come in here and check it out. I don't think there's going to be. There's probably something cool. There's cool stuff in here for sure, but that's for you guys to find. Nothing that I'm really goo over. So the next one underneath the product file tree would be tradable. Let's go into that here for a minute. So some acid, albumin pearls, comet droplets. That's kind of cool. Let's throw some of those in there. Decommissioned circuit boards, you know, decrypted user data, dirt, you know, for if you're interested in grab some dirt. 5-dimensional torus. That's cool. And let's grab one of those too. I don't know why. These items are cool. I like to give away weird stuff at the anomaly. So, Gravitino balls and you know, let's see here, hypnotic eyes. I'm looking for things that stand out and that have maybe changed. You know, I'm probably not going to find everything. We're just kind of skimming through this together, and I'm looking for things that really stand out. You know, Star Silk was in there. Okay, so I'm going to jump back out of Tradable, and I'm going to go into Curiosities now. And here in Curiosities, we have things like activated void eggs, Atlas passes, and bite beat chips, crackling void egg, some dark matter, encrypted items as well are in here. And then here's some of the, so like the prime, I don't know if these work. You can put them in your inventory and you can give them away. I don't know if that translates to them having it. I don't think so. I think they just get like this icon and they're like, what the hell is going on? I'm pretty sure that they don't really do anything. Now here's some weird eggs here, I see. Did I see another one back there, or is this the first one? So here's an egg that looks like a... it's got the guy there. We have to see how these translate in the game. And I think I've seen a few more as I was coming down. Here's a golden vector. These might be, a lot of the times I see these, they're just the icons, but I'm not gonna say for certain. But they say eggs, but they don't look like eggs. Eggs have a different thing. These just look like icons. So I would be not surprised if it just didn't translate over to being anything cool in the game. So they might just look cool. But I threw a couple in there just to check them out. Multi-tool upgrade and multi-tool expansion slots. I don't know how long these have been in there. They're new to me, but they've probably been in for since they've gotten into the save editor. Again, I haven't gone through the save editor this extensively in quite some time. Normandy and things like here, again, I think those are just going to be graphic place cards inside of the inventory here. I don't think they're going to have any value. You might be able to sell them, but as far as something that you can have in the game, I don't know. I doubt it. So the next one after Curiosity is building parts. This is probably going to be a, you know, this is going to be big. If you want to add some things, you can come in here and find them. There's a lot of new parts and things like that. If you have anything particular in mind, you can go and type it in. I'm just going to kind of skim through this lightly. Again, this is something you can dig into. I don't think there's going to be a lot of in there that I really want to check out. I'll force it in a different way. Okay, so the last one is procedural here, and let's take a look at that. We have some ancient skeletons and biological samples and some of those valuable things that you can find in salvage. Oh, okay, so some salvage hyperdrive upgrades here. Cool. All right, so that's in your main, like your main exosuit area. You can do that in cargo and general. You're probably going to have the same menu there. One that's going to be different though for you guys is this technology slot. So we come up to this tab here, come down to technology. Now you're probably going to, you're not going to get all those items in the technology. It's going to force you to go into technology. All right, and then in here you'll have some suit and procedural. So in here you can get all your suit main upgrades. Okay, and then you can go and get your modules and things like that here too. So all your S classes and things like that. And I think that covers the exosuit and digging through everything in there. I kind of probably did that faster than I thought I could. So that was all right. And was there something else that I wanted to go into? Yes, there is. Okay, so we wanted to come up here and talk about these. Okay, so there's some account stuff here. There's another account tab up here. Edit raw JSON in the account. I'm going to come to look at this real quick. Okay, so it looks like it looks pretty simple. There's not a whole bunch of trees over here, file trees on the left-hand side. Now there's a bunch of code line, but I will have to go through that here in a little bit and see what's going on with that. But I think it's this, it's unlocked titles, unlocked, okay, so this is either going to add stuff in. Not that big of a deal. I wouldn't jump in here and mess around. I think you're okay over here on the counts tab. Or you can go find the text files and jump them in there. But it's a lot easier just to go grab the WinterTP mod and throw these things in there. So that's the account tab. Let's go back into the edit. Now, edit here at the very top, we can see that we have this the JSON file here. And we can come in here and manipulate that. Be very careful coming in here. This is something that you need to don't hit any stray marks. Don't hit save if you think you've done something wrong. And practice this on a dummy file that you don't care about. Okay, so in here we have the actual JSON file that this whole thing is kind of messing with, and we can come into here. Now, in here, this is what the save editor is all manipulating in here, and this is letting you come in here and see some things that maybe that you couldn't change in there. Like, so we talked about pets earlier, and I was telling you about there, he could have added some more things in there for the pets. So let's come in here and look at pets. So if I go into that JSON edit tab and go into the JSON editor, over here on the left we can see that we have player state data. Let's go ahead and open that file tree there. This will probably be the main one that you're going to mess with and manipulate in here. And it's one of the first ones down here. You can see right here, you see pets and eggs. Okay, so let's open this little file tree. And now you can see all of our pet slots. Now that's new in the save editor. We get to see all these, and that's kind of cool. And you can export them and import them. I think that is kind of cool. I'm going to take things a little bit further for you. And we can come in here and the first line, so I picked the first pet. It's in slot 0. I opened it up, and you can see the text over here on the right-hand side. The first text in there is scale. That's the size of your pet. Like obviously this one's a little bit big. Let me take him down a little bit. I've been meaning to do that. I'm going to take him back down to a 4. Because, you know, I mean, if you want a super big tall thing, that's fine. You can do that. They kind of become obsolete and pointless besides taking a good photo. But a good photo is worth its weight in gold too. So in the save editor, you see that he can change things from lush, the biomes. I'm going to show you where that save editor is manipulating the file. Right down here, you see biome. It says lush. That is where he's changing it. The two things that I thought were missing. Okay, so he had creature seeds in there too, and then the secondary seeds. So these are things that you can probably change in there and share. You can also just highlight this whole file right here and copy it somewhere. That is also the same thing as exporting it. But if you, that's what I've been doing lately, and now he's changed it. So maybe I can add those to that file myself. But as far as things that I've seen missing in the save editor that would be really cool was this birth time. So this animal can't lay eggs right now. Okay, so I'm actually going to speed up the process here. I'm going to change that 1 into a 2. It's line 43. It's called birth time. Change the 1 to a 2. The line underneath it, if you want it to be at a lay eggs when you go back into the game. Line 44, last egg time. Take that 1, back up, erase it, and just add a 2. Be careful in here. If you hit the stray mark, if you think you did something, just back out. And if it says hit save, say no. Come back in there and start re-going at it again. So those are the two things that I thought were missing out of the save editor that could have been really easily done. You know, birth time and the last egg. People are really concerned about those two items, I think, there. So if you can just come back in the game and have eggs consistently, that's cool. Okay, so that's pets right there. And some of the more things that you can change. If you're really diehard, something that I've been trying to do lately here is you see line 4 up here. It says descriptors, and it has these alien head and these descriptors underneath it. I've been mix and matching these. Sometimes it works. Sometimes the graphics disappear. Sometimes it just the animal's all gone. But there is some. I think there's some value to going in here and maybe figuring it out. I've been spending a little bit of time on it, but I'm sure somebody that I'm talking to right now is got these ideas kicking off. Go in there and mess out with that, and comment on my page of what you guys do, because that export and stuff is a cool feature. But this here, these descriptors take it a little bit further. All right, so I hit changed. Yes, I'll go ahead and keep that. Underneath that, you see your eggs here. I think these have timers too, so it goes right to the creature, so the fiend. So you can change these timers on that too. Actually, this is the same. The eggs are part of the pet thingies. I don't think you need to go in there to change anything. That time was down there in that slot down there, slot 39. Well, that's on the eggs anyway. On the back on the pets one. I'm sorry. Back on the pets one, the last egg time is on line 45. So, moving on. There's a lot of stuff in here you can kind of look and read about the further you want to get. I'm trying to show you some easier things that you can play around with. If you're going into Blender, your base files and everybody else's base files are right here. So if you want to save a base or something like that, or save things, you can come in here and copy these files and save them. And also, you can use these in Blender too as well. So like if I was messing with my last base here, I can Control A this, and then I can see, you know, this is the last base that I had laid down. So anyway, I'm not going to manipulate with that right yet. The last cool thing in there, let's go back in there. I'm sorry I closed it out. I'm going to go back into Edit and go back into that Edit Raw JSON file. It's not going to let me now because I've exited out. See, this is where the save editor just kind of gets weird sometimes, man, and you just have to back out. I'm going to hit save everything because I'm for sure of myself. I'm just going to go back into this file. It's the last one that I manipulated here. And we're just going to go back into that JSON file and show you the last few things that you can mess with in here that are easier to mess with and not too scary. So the last thing that we looked at was the persistent player bases right here, and that is your bases. Now underneath this, there's another one here, character customization here, and we can open that up and click on line 0, and I think it's down at the bottom. Down at the bottom, here's your scale. This is your player character scale. So you can change this scale right here, and you change that to a 2 or a 10 or whatever else. I think 3 is a little bit sizable, and I didn't like it. Actually, I'm going to go to a 5 or a 0.5. Let's go. I want him a little bit small, so I'm going to go 0, 0.05, 0.5, and save it. So he's going to be a little tiny guy. Now, line unknown, cancel. So I just canceled that. I'm going to hit no. I'm going to come back into this file. See, that's something, if I hit some stray mark or something like that, then I've backed out. I think it's 0, 5. Let's see if that's going to do it. All right. So it has to have those, the other numerical place filled with a 0. Or it gets confused. It's nice that it did that and just didn't just accept it and crash the game or something. That's pretty cool. All right, and now a pro tip on that, changing your character size right there. If you go into the your character modification station, you have presets. It will save that preset. So if you want one big, one small, and one medium size, you can come in here and change them and then save them at the modification station. That is a pro tip coming at you from Bodie420 over on his channel. Very cool observation from that guy. So anyway, I think that kind of sums up the save editor here, as long-winded as possible that I could be. And let's look at anything else. File, save as. There is some options of exporting and importing here. As you get deeper into things, this could be a good tool for backing up things. So maybe you could export this whole JSON file first, and if something happens to it while you're messing with it, you can import the original one back into its place. All right, that is a pretty detailed video of the new save editor and all the features and functions mostly that I can come up with in my head. If I missed something, please comment in the comment section. I don't use the save editor like everybody else does, so I am sure I probably missed at least 20 items. So with that being said, I hope that gets you started and up and running on the new save editor. Yeah. Happy editing and happy travels there. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.